Good morning. Welcome to Table Talk. We're missing our fearless leader. She might pop in later.
Maybe.
But, yeah.
I'll have to see.
But I wanted to start first with asking Shelly, because I don't always know the answers. Hopefully Shelly does. So
We'll see.
We'll ask her the questions of some of the responses we've had on our past videos so that we can make sure we get all of your questions answered. Let's see. I did have one person that asked about the bird quilt that Sandy showed that her sister did.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to know which fabrics were in that quilt.
Was that Midnight in the Garden or Midnight Garden? No? Our fearless leader, she's here. She's going to tell us what it's called. Oh, I remember now. Martha. And what fabric line is that? Figo. Martha by Figo.
Martha by Figo. So,
Yeah.
Crystal Rowe. I actually know Crystal Rowe. I watched some of her. She's a floss tuber.
All right.
So,
awesome.
Crystal, the answer is Martha by
Figo Fabrics.
Figo Fabrics.
Mm-hmm.
So, thanks for asking. And we've had a lot of comments about the sparrow quilt. A lot of people have really liked that one. So
That was fun. I made that quilt. It was fun.
Oh, did you?
Except I did my birds in different colors.
Oh.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
you
I
didn't make
think
the one that we
yours is
showed,
all
a different
solid, right? I mean, all the same fabric. Where mine, the body was different and the tail was different. And the
So
head,
would you think, would a beginner be able to do that quilt, or is it a little bit
If
more?
they did it the way that this last quilt was made, I think that'd be fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so there's instructions on how they did this last quilt.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so good thing to know. And I think Sandy did get that picture on the website yesterday. So, and we, like I said, we film ahead. It's Thursday, so
Right.
it's on the website. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. And then I've had a ton of people ask about that they're not getting their floss emails. So those of you that are in the Bowl Club, and we mailed out the August Bowl Club yesterday. This is the cute little Bowl Club, and
I love the little bees.
I know
Those
the
are so
bees
fun.
are adorable. I love how Sandy stuck one in the pillow.
Yep.
Yeah, really cute. So
theirs will not have pins?
yeah, so there's not pins to stick them in the pillows.
But
You'll
if you-
just have to get
yeah.
your...
If you want to know what I did, I took a needle and stuck it through so that it just has the needle sticking out
And then could stick in the pillow.
so that I could just stick it in.
And this one actually has
Has
a
a
pin.
pin.
You can see the top. So anyway, so this is on the way. I love the little bees. You do get the little white felt and the little wool ball to make your bees, but you'll have to make them. We did not make over 1,000 bees. So anyway, yeah, you'll have to make
1,200?
that. You have to make that yourself.
No way.
So I've had a lot of comments about, like I said, people asking about the emails with the floss numbers. So here's the deal. If you get if you got our Beach Boardwalk email and stuff, that is sent from a different server than our floss list. So if you're in the club, Sandy will send out a list for you. It's usually about a week to 10 days before we mail. And then you can email me and let me know what floss colors you need. And then we pull them and then we send them with your kits. If you are not receiving those emails, I'm very sorry. I've talked to my husband, who is a computer programmer, and he said more than likely there's probably a setting on whatever email provider you use that blocks bulk emails. Cute little Kathy, hopefully it's okay that I say your name, Kathy, but she emails me all the time. We email back and forth all the time. And she was very concerned that she's bugging me too much. You're not bugging me at all. If you need to email because you haven't received the floss list, just shoot us an email and I will just forward it to you. It's really not a big deal. I don't mind at all. It's not a problem. I would rather that you get the information than not. So don't anybody ever feel like they're bugging me too much.
Shannon, do you think it would be helpful if I got you those numbers to post on the Stitch group?
Oh yeah, so maybe we'll do that. Sandy's
Facebook?
just
On
Sandy's
Facebook,
suggesting maybe she'll give me the numbers and then I can post them. If you're not part of our Facebook page, we have two. We have just a Pine Needles Utah that you can join, and we also have Pine Needles Cross Stitch Club. You can also join. So maybe we can just post the floss colors. We'll probably post on that Cross Stitch Club because I think that's where most of you are that are in the Bowl Club. So, but if you don't do social media, then send me an email and I can definitely do it that way. So we're here to whatever makes your life easier. That's what we're here for.
Yes, yes.
So anyway,
Okay.
and I think those were all the questions. Somebody did ask if we would move back to the green table. They liked the green table. The green table is no longer in the same spot. So if we move to the green table, we actually have filmed at the green table, but it just looks different because we rearranged the store a lot. So
We
you
do.
just get to see us in different.
Keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes.
I know. Well, and I love it because I'm not in the store all the time, and then I
Right.
come to work, so it was just the 4th of July, and Shelley texted me and said, "Is there any way you can help work either Monday or Tuesday?" So I said, "Sure," and I took a shift, and things were moved. I didn't
They
know where anything
were.
was.
They were.
So
Yes.
anyway, we do the best we can. So.
We do. We
Anyway,
try.
it might be exciting. Maybe you'll see something fun in the background that you want to know more about. So anyway, okay. So hopefully those were all the questions. If I didn't hit anything, email me and I'll get you an answer because I forget to respond sometimes on YouTube and I'm not really great at it. Eric was making fun of me. She texted me yesterday and Shelley and Sandy and I were together and she's like, "Do you want me to do such and such?" And I was like, and then she sent me an explanation of what that meant.
was.
Yes, and
Yeah.
none of us knew what it meant. And we were
Right,
like,
we're like, okay,
yes, okay.
that's
Just
nice.
Making fun of you. You were making fun of yourself.
I was. So I said to her, I said, "Oh, you just had to mansplain to me." She's like, "It's not mansplaining if you don't know what it is, Mom." I'm like, "Okay, guys, that's true." Anyway, so
That's funny.
okay, Shelley, what do you got going?
Oh, I've got several things. The problem is things aren't not complete enough to actually show. So I'm like, I gotta get busy. Chop chop.
Sometimes it's
But-
nice to see the work in progress.
Right. Yeah. So I have a few of those. I'll show the work in progress. But I guess this quilt here that's on the table, we can just kind of hold that up here. So, oh, I didn't even look. Florence, I
love
think,
it.
is the name of this pattern. It's a Villa Rosa card.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's just fast and simple, and I love just the beach fabric, the umbrellas. There's other surfboards on it, little beach
Well,
chairs.
I'm just looking at the quilting. I love the
Oh,
little
yes, I know,
bear
huh?
footprint and the little like
Yeah,
starfish.
there's
and-
shovel and pail.
Yeah,
And so
it's
Karen did a
adorable.
good job on that. So that one's available now and in the store. So we'll have that. So
it's cute. I like the colors in it too.
I know, I love it. And
It's just a
fun
little
and
more
bright.
muted, yeah. But
Yeah.
but I mean, it's bright, but just a little more muted, but I love it. It's
And
like
I'm
perfect.
trying to think of what this line is, and I should have looked before we started taping. Maybe we could have Sandy run over there since she's
Sandy
over
can
there.
be the gopher instead of Kathy.
sitting at the table.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing another one of those patchwork duffel bags.
Oh yes.
And this is out of that Honeycomb Hill line. And sorry, I have it
You have
pinned,
so you know where everything
so
goes.
I know what side is on what side, but this is like my side.
That fabric is Beach Day by Paintbrush Studios.
Beach Day by Paintbrush Studios for the quilt
The
here.
quilt,
yeah. Anyway, so patchwork duffel. So gonna make a new one because the one we have
There's
in the
this one.
store is kind of gone, sold out. The
So
fabric.
what happens
So-
when we have bags in the store is people come up all the time and say, "Where's this fabric? Where's this fabric?" And the fabric's gone. So
Yes.
we have to have
Yeah.
Shelley renew
so
and refresh.
I'm gonna renew, but this is just kind of the starting of it. So with the patchwork, you're obviously you're making a patchwork,
Mm-hmm.
and that will be folded in half, and so that will be the bag
Cute.
that you'll see. And then I have this fabric's going to be my straps, so that will be the straps that will go on when I get going on that. So I think that'll be really
That'd
cute.
be really cute.
That way.
And then just an FYI, this is the same fabric line that the Bull Club
Oh yes, it is.
was in. So we have a lot of people
Yes.
ask what the fabric was that we used for the
And
Bull Club.
then we have a quilt made out of this line too in the store.
Oh, we do?
It's called Hugs and Kisses. Yeah, you
Oh,
might have showed it a couple of weeks
Oh,
ago.
we have two quilts because we have Utah quilt.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Utah
the Utah
quilt.
one,
That's what I was
yeah.
thinking, was the Utah quilt was made out of this. So
So I'll have to try to
obviously a
remember what
favorite
order.
here in the store because
Yes.
we're using it. And it's been a popular line, I feel like.
Oh, it has. I love it. It's beautiful. It's bright. It's fun. It's cheerful. Anyway, and then Sandy whipped this little bag up here. I think she did this morning
I did.
on her.
Did you do the whole thing this morning?
I did.
She did
Start to
because
finish.
it wasn't made up when I left yesterday. I mean, it was still sitting in the back room
Wow.
when I left yesterday. And she had
I'm
already left.
Impressed.
So, but it's kind of a little fun. It's called Spool Scrap Basket. And it uses just a little mini charm. And we use this Figo Seasons is what she used to make it, the mini charm out of that. And then just something for the inside. And then the little binding part of it.
Do you know
So
what I
that's
love about
fun.
this? Is this looks just like the thread that I like, that Aurifil thread.
Oh, yes,
That spool looks just like it.
Yep.
So cute.
So all
Nice
the
job,
different
Sandy.
ones. So there's that. And that just can be used for scraps. Yeah.
Plant in it?
Yeah, I've heard people put plants in it. Just put a little plant.
Well, I was
Throw the
thinking,
thread in it?
that's what I was going to say. I think I would love to just have it and just stick all my thread in there.
Yeah.
Pull it out when you need.
Yep.
I wish I had enough Aurifil thread to fill it.
I wish I
know,
did too.
really. Wouldn't that be nice?
I know,
for
it is-
Sure.
it is a
So
little
nice.
pricey, but
so
my-
that
my
one, and we
favorite
will
thread.
have the pattern with the charm pack. Are we gonna put kits? Yeah, we're gonna have kits together for this. So
Oh.
we'll go working on that.
Nice.
And then this is nothing we sold in the store, but I wanted to show it. This is something I personally made. And I haven't got it trimmed up. I just bought this back from the
love
quilter
this.
though, so I don't know if we're gonna go
I've
too
s-
close, not close enough.
Erica will
Anyway.
shift. That is adorable.
So this is made of the Portsmouth fabric from Moda that we got in.
Portsmouth is
Oh,
really
no,
great,
this is Riley Bank. I'm
'cause
so
it's,
sorry. Yeah.
Diary of a Quilter.
Yeah, that's right. And this is one of her patterns. I can't. Anyway, so that's kind of one of my personal things. I love the fabric, and I wanted to do this particular quilt, so that's what I did on that one.
It's a really cute quilt.
Yeah.
Really cute. You've done a few
And
4th of
then
July.
I have branched out a little bit from quilting and started trying to do some crochet.
Well, can I just ask you, is your whole house full of 4th of July quilts? Because you've kind of been in a 4th of July
been
mood.
a little bit, yeah.
patriotic.
Just a little bit. That's
Oh,
okay.
you've had some
Because I
good
did
ones.
that one too.
Yeah.
that one that's
The one
back
that's
there.
behind us.
So I was branching out, and we
Look at
have these little
you.
chunky threads that we have in the store, and I thought I'm just gonna try the granny. Is it granny? Not granny square.
squares.
Yeah. And so these are my colors. I know they're kind of dark, but that's
No,
what
I
I
think they're
did.
cute.
So, and then I did opposites. So you have the blue in the middle, green on the outside. So there's two opposites. So.
Cute.
And I'm just barely learning, so I haven't quite decided, what do I do with all my threads on the back. As you can tell, some are tight, some are way loose, and so it's my beginner. I'm trying.
Are you going to
So
make
anyway.
a
Well,
afghan?
my plan is to make like a little 40 by 50 or something, but that's as big as my squares are, so it might take me years because it's probably taken me 8 months to get this far.
Well, you've been really busy making other
So-
stuff too. So
Anyway,
Whose
That's what I'm
tutorial
trying
did
to
you
do.
follow?
whose tutorial? Hers?
Hers?
Lori Holtz?
Lori?
Yeah.
did you just find that on YouTube?
Yeah, granny crochet granny square. I think there were several of them out there. I just looked to see because some of the steps I'm like, wait a minute, like you're not showing that clearly. I wanted to see how it's really done, before I attempt it. So
Yeah.
there was probably a couple of them on YouTube that I looked at.
Oh,
so.
nice. YouTube, I love it. You can find whatever you want.
I
on
know. It
YouTube.
was funny. I
It's
was
the best.
talking. My kids were talking the other day, and we're talking about how did they ever fix cars without YouTube?
Oh, my girls, especially Erica, always
Uh-huh.
said to me, "How did you write a research paper when you were in school?" I'm like, "You went to the library."
Yeah, she
She's like,
did.
"That just sounds like a lot of time." I'm like,
Yes.
well, it kind of
I
was.
know. I know.
'Cause that's what you
Yeah,
had to
because
do.
Travis does. My son has bought this older truck, and he's just like always wanting to try to fix stuff, and so he's always looking on YouTube to how to fix it,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll go buy the part. Then he has his dad help him fix it, and I'm just like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I guess they just experimented all the time.
Yeah.
That was kind of their hobbies
Yeah.
back in the day, right?
Well, you bought a
Go out
book.
and fix the truck.
You
yeah,
bought a book. So yeah, my mother-in-law, she's going to move up here from St. George. She's going to get a little closer. She's been telling us that she's saving her money for her old age. She's 96 and probably has just barely hit her old age. But I've been down a few times to help her clean stuff out, and she has maps. And
Oh,
she's like,
yes.
"Do you think the DI would want these?" I'm like, "Probably not."
Yeah,
Nobody really uses a paper map anymore.
Right, I know.
Just, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's funny.
So I did, Erica brought one thing that she is almost done with. Is it Summer
Yes.
Circle? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So this is
This is so
Summer
cute.
Circle. Now that she's got 2 dogs, she'll probably put them under one of the trees. She'll put her 2 dogs.
Oh, cute. Yes.
So, if those of you that are our faithful viewers, if you remember right, we talked about that. I can't remember. I think that the tops of these trees were supposed to be, was it green apple, Erica? They were supposed to be green apple. She had enough to complete 1 tree, and then we bought a second green apple, and it was a ton lighter.
Oh, wow.
So
The dye lot on 'em.
yeah, so she found a floss that she thought was similar because she kind of wanted them to match, but then she was putting it in and she didn't like it, and so she's like, maybe I'll just use the new color, and they'll just be 2 different colors. But I think it works.
I did. Yeah, I think it looks nice.
So anyway, so we talked about making sure that you have enough floss to complete a project because those are definitely different colors.
They are.
They're
But
very
trees aren't
different.
always the same. They're
No.
never exactly the same
No,
color.
they're not. So
That
anyway.
looks nice. I like it.
Yeah, so she's almost done. And I just, again, love this fabric. It looks like clouds in the sky.
It does.
So. Anyway,
It's fun.
yeah, so she finished that. So, like I mentioned, my mother-in-law is moving up here. It's been a rough road, and so she doesn't have any family in St. George, and so she's going to move closer to us. And so I did have one other finish before I get to my mother-in-law's
Before you
things.
get to her.
My dad!
Oh,
My dad finished my Kringles!
Look at you. Yay. I love that.
My Kringles is complete. I'm so happy. So I said to my dad, I guess I better bring you another project. And he said, I probably should finish mine, but I think I still will drop off another project
There you go.
and see
Yeah.
what happens.
He will do it for you.
Because
I
he
love
doesn't
it.
love his project he's doing. And so I'm like,
Oh.
maybe, he'll be like, mine's boring, and he'll do mine instead. So anyway, so my Kringles
Find
is
something
done.
fun.
So
Something good.
I've been traveling to my mother-in-law's a few times. She's about 4 hours away from us. And my project when I went to see her last time was to go through her quilt room. And she decided she's going to give all of her quilts to her grandchildren. And I said, what about your sons? And she's like, I don't want to give them to them. I said, what about your daughters-in-law?
In-laws, yeah.
So she did say, well, I guess if you want a quilt. So I did pick the quilt that I knew my husband wanted.
Uh-huh.
So this is the quilt my husband wanted. So she's a little crazy. She saw this one part of the quilt in a magazine and wanted to make it into a full-size quilt. It did not have a border pattern. And so she had to design and make up the border pattern. But it has 88,000 5/8 of an inch squares in this quilt.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah, it's a big quilt.
Oh my goodness. Are we gonna go over here?
I don't know.
What are we gonna do?
Sandy left, so she's not there to help us hold it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it goes this way.
This way. Look at that.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it fits on a bed. She's had it on a wall for years.
Even the background. Look at that. Those are like 1/4 inch squares. Finished.
We were
Maybe
trying to
little
decide how
3/8
finished they
maybe.
were. So
Yes.
yeah, they are very small. And some of them are cut into triangles.
Half square triangles.
Yeah, she put them back together.
this.
So,
Oh
and
my gosh.
yeah, she's a complete hand quilter, hand sewer. Yeah. So funny story about this quilt. She was making this quilt when I was kind of dating my husband when we got married, and my husband and I just celebrated our 35th wedding anniversary. So my sister-in-law showed up to her house, and she was cutting all of her squares with scissors. And my sister-in-law says, Mom, have you heard of an Olfa mat and cutter and ruler? And she said, I haven't. So she took her to the store, and she bought an Olfa mat and cutter, and then cut them. But she finished it. The quilt is not completely square. It bugged her. She made this quilt again so that it would be square.
So it'll be square.
So my sister-in-law, Jill,
Oh.
she took the other one.
Love it.
Yeah, so
88,000.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah. So,
that is amazing.
yeah. So my husband really wanted this quilt, and
Did she have a pattern for that?
so I was just telling Shelly she
Found it.
found a picture in a magazine, and it only had one basket. So when we were going through all of her stuff, she had just pages and pages of graph paper where she's graphed
drew it out.
things out, and so she designed the border. And so
that's crazy. Oh,
I
my
did bring
word.
one other thing. One is not mine, but so I went through all of her quilts. She had 84 quilts, and I numbered them all, and I took pictures. And last night I sent Google Docs to all the grandkids so that they get to pick a big quilt, a wall hanging, and a small wall hanging. And she had 3 grandkids that were not married yet, and they got to pick a quilt first for a wedding quilt. But then I just kind of wanted to give an example of what she likes to do. So I found this quilt. This is just a little wall hanging. So she got this little postcard, and she liked the picture, and she's like, "Oh, I think I'll make a quilt." And she does that all the time. So she does not always have patterns.
Right.
She just is like, "Oh, I'll make a quilt." So she just liked the stained glass and stuff. And I'm like, it looks exactly like.
Oh, my word.
goes this
Look
way.
at her.
So she made this little wall hanging. But I think it looks exactly like the postcard.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
But I do love.
Have you ever sent these to like a museum for a quilt show, like what they do in Springville?
Yeah.
The quilt show.
So she, yeah.
These are the types of quilts that they have in those shows.
So she puts a little pocket in, and then the picture can slip in, so then everybody knows. But so that one that we showed, the 88,000 quilt, she had. She was in the Quilt Guild in St. George, and they would ask her quite often to display that quilt at different things. So they had like a St. George Days a few years ago. I can't remember how many years they were celebrating, and they asked her to hang that up. And for those of you that are familiar with our state and have been to Tuacahn and St. George, there was a guy that they have big sculptures in the roundabouts, and he really wanted to buy this quilt, and she would not sell it. And he offered her $20,000 and any sculpture that she wanted of his. And she still wouldn't do it. So the years ago, she had given me another quilt, and maybe I'll have Erica insert a picture, but it's hanging in my family room, and it's all applique, all hand quilted, and I kind of designed my family room around the quilt.
Around the quilt.
Because it was so
awesome.
beautiful. So
How fun.
anyway,
How fun it is to have heirlooms like that.
I know. I think they're
I think only
important.
one, I was thinking while you were showing all this, my mom has one of the sunbonnet Sues
Oh yeah.
that my grandma made.
Yes, so
And so my
popular
mom
then.
has that. So it's made out of that old, the solid, I don't even know what they call that type of fabric.
I don't know either.
That they used back in the day.
Yeah. Well, when we were going through her quilt, she had a couple of double wedding rings, and she
yeah.
said, she was born in the 1920s, and she's like, oh yeah, they used to call these rattlesnake. The pattern used to be originally was called rattlesnake, and then changed to double wedding ring. I'm like, I had no idea. I wasn't alive back then.
I know, but I love those quilts. I want to make one of those one of these days.
Yeah.
The double wedding rings.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of fun stuff.
Those are so fun.
Anyway, we are going to do a little FAQ video about our stitch along, because I know everybody is waiting on pins and needles for that stitch along. Have you been getting a few phone calls for
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Couple.
So, yeah.
When does this start?
Yeah. So Sandy did push back the date because we hadn't received the fabric yet. So July 17th
Okay.
is the new start date. But we're going to do a little FAQ video. So if you have questions, and that's going to get posted today rather than when this table talk gets posted. So
Okay.
just refer to that video.
So it will be already posted.
Yes.
By the time this is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So refer to that video. Hopefully it'll answer all the questions.
Okay.
And I don't know. Anything else going on in the store, Shelley?
I don't think so.
You're just
Oh.
trying to find place to put all the fabric as it comes
so
in.
much right, yes.
Yeah.
Christmas and Halloween, yes.
Yeah, we like to give Shelly a bad time because her little office is her Harry Potter
My
office.
Harry Potter office. I'm
Under the
office
stairs.
under the stairs.
We find her back there a lot,
Yes, you
trying to
do.
receive all the fabric as it comes in. So,
Yeah.
anyway, but we are happy that you join us, and you know we love our customers. We have
We
amazing
do.
customers.
Yes, we do.
Really good
We love them.
customers. So,
Yes.
anyway, if you have
Fun.
questions, let us know. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment on our videos. That helps us out a lot. So,
Okay.
we'll see you
Yeah.
next time.
That works. Bye.